This model review is of the Porsche 934. It's based on a 911. This is by Tamiya, and it also includes some photo etch parts. It is 1/24 scale. This very nice box art gives you some instructions on how to paint and where to place decals. I don't see a picture of the finished model though. So let's have a look. Here are our wheels. These are standard racing wheels, so they typically are smooth and don't have much of a track on them. So this body here, let's get this open. This is, as I said, it's based on a 911. Has this sort of standard tail, rear glass. This model appears to actually have been crushed, as you can see here, almost like it was in a rollover accident. It's fairly unusual for Tamiya, but I bought this online. It was shipped from Japan, so probably got crushed by several things. It's going to take some work to get that back to where it should be. It's kind of disappointing. The rest of it actually is fairly well detailed. I don't see any flashing, but that is disappointing. Okay, let's have a look up over here. And there definitely are a lot of details here. Some disc brakes which are very nicely molded, suspension, some engine parts. Here's the rear suspension. The engine unfortunately is molded in as part of the chassis, which is disappointing. These are the wheels, which are actually very nicely molded. And I don't usually like chrome, but these chrome parts spray is actually very nice and even and smooth. Here's the glass. Rear windshield, this is the front windshield, rear side panels. And a nice bucket seat for racing, steering rack, lots of additional parts. This looks like a roll bar. Windshield wipers are molded separately, I like that. Here's the dashboard, the headers, steering wheel, pedals. Let's have a look inside here. Obviously this is a racing version, so this doesn't have a lot of detail in the inside of the car normally. Let's have a look at the instruction sheet, or information sheet really, about the Porsche. And instructions. Okay, so you start with building the chassis, suspension, steering. We're trying to build the engine area. As I said, I'm a little disappointed that the engine is molded in. The front and rear wheels. Placing these on, then building the cockpit. It looks like you have some photo etch parts here. The roll cage. Putting the cockpit in on top of the chassis. Painting the interior, getting your glass in there. does say to paint a black line around there. Attaching the body, additional features on the front, parts in the back, and then decals and painting guide. It's fairly detailed. These are the photo etch parts for the pieces that are too fine to make in plastic. These looks like some very nice photo etch parts. They're very well made. And then there's the decals. Let's have a look at them. These are some very nice decals, very well made. This is a typical Tamiya kit, very well made, good details, almost no flashing. This includes photo etched parts, and those are very well made as well. The two things that I was not a fan of, number one is obviously receiving a kit like this, and number two, I don't like the fact that the engine is molded in with the chassis. But other than that, this is a very well made kit.